Today, baby dolls, we are exposing the crypto industry. And yes, I have done many of these episodes and I'm going to keep giving it to you. That's what she said, because you deserve it. You deserve better. We're all going to get wrecked if we listen to these scum piece of trash influencers. How does the crypto industry work, friends? You see, crypto used to be fair and open. It used to be public ICOs. Unfortunately, with the corrupt SEC and US regulators, they thought if they banned these public ICOs, that things would get better. Now, I know we are pro-crypto, and of course, we just want to poop on the government and say you're bad. Well, they didn't have a choice really, because in 2017, it was literally 100% scams launched. It was 100% scams and then Ethereum. And Ethereum was just a unicorn winner. You saw things like Dentist Coin and Deep Brain Chain and Substratum, which Rector Michelle was dumping on everybody. Okay, so all these grifts and all these scams, they were just dumping on everyone because there was just an insane amount of demand because people wanted to participate in crypto. We crossed the chasm of technology. Now, that was the public ICO model. And back in the public ICO model, friends, they gave a whopping 40% of coins to the public. 40%. You know why they did that, by the way? It's because with Bitcoin, it was 100%. So it was more towards there's insiders 50% and there's 40% public. You might say 40% is a lot. No, 40% is a lot. You know what they do today? 7%. That's how bad it is. So 40% of people got their tokens back then and everyone could participate. Now, of course, everything was a scam. But we were early days in crypto, all right? Ethereum set the way. Ethereum did a 4,500x from its ICO. From 31 cents, went up to $1,400. And basically, it drove everything forward, okay? But now, we don't have a public ICO model anymore. The last time we saw was Richard Hart's Pulsion and PulseX sacrifice, right? We have a fundraising model. That's what we have right now. And this is the Peppy thinking on his chair. What does a fundraising model do? Well, you know, it's poop. Let's continue. This is why the thesis of crypto getting more diminished gains over time. This is the year to see why, okay? So the fundraising model is the new meta. That's like the new sub game. That's basically the most popular thing, what goes on now. Basically, projects will give the coins all to themselves. They give themselves to themselves, the VCs and influencers. They get all the coins, literally all of them, 90%. Okay, and then they make some terms, BS friends. Sometimes they say, no, it's only 60% to us, but 40% for you guys. But then you go check you guys and they'll have esteemed contributors, esteemed individuals and stuff, which is their influencers and their other friends, etc. So they try to dress this up, but no. On average, they're giving out only 7% of the coins, down from 40%. Now you can see why. If you go look at the charts, the gains are diminishing in crypto over time. You know, if you bought any of the top 100 coins in 2015, you made a 70x, any coin, 70x. If you bought any of the coin, the average return in 2020, so 4 years later, our cycle that we just happened, the last bull market, you don't get a 70x return. You only got about 12. That's right, 12 down from 70. That's the top. And by the way, it didn't sit there for a year for you to exit. It goes and pops 12, and then 3 days later, it's down 60%. So if you bought in a bear market, you're only up 6x. Compare that to you being up 100x plus. What's going to happen in the next cycle? Okay, because this model is still here. Let's continue. All right. Now, what happens is a team will raise money, pre-seed, and start raising money to let them in at a small market cap. Okay, so you can even see there's all these guides here. Crypto fundraising, a comprehensive web checklist for crypto projects. Okay, so I've got to play some angel music just to keep you going along the game, because it's going to get a bit nasty, friends, as we go through here. Because this is the fundraising model now. This is what happened in the last bull market, 2020. This is what's happening right now. In fact, it's getting worse because they're doing the same. They're just calling things airdrop points, but it's the same game. So after the team builds more, they will go seek even more money and they'll raise at higher valuations. So raising and valuations, friends, means insiders. Okay, it means you and me can't get in. Them and their friends and their VCs and all the people who are the brokers and everyone who knows the exchanges and they know Binance and they know Coinbase, all these other trash people, all these other insider grifters, yes, all their networks, all the mainstream crypto influencers, they're all part of it. Okay, it's all big club and nothing for you and me. Okay, so So what they'll do is they raise in levels. So, you know, the first round, they might raise it like a 10 million market cap. So when you see valuation, it means market cap. And then the new round that they raise is at $50 million. So they'll raise more money and they go, hey, we'll give you coins and the valuation is now $50 million. So remember, the first guys now, they're in at $10 million. And now there's another raise. Now they're up to 50 million. So there's no token yet, but they all know they have these paper gains. Now, here's the thing. I wish it was just 5x, but it's not. Look at Celestia. So TIA, Celestia, friends, I get a lot of poop from the Celestia crowd, right? You guys you're going to get absolutely decimated by the end of this, okay? Mark my words. I'm going to show you right now how you're going to get decimated, okay? Celestia's ICO, the trash level, they're up 184x. Look how much the insiders, the deep insiders are up. 1,760x on their money. That's right. 1,760x. They raised at $1.5 million market cap. Celestia is like 2 billion now. They're literally up almost 2,000x. But they don't have their coins unlocked yet, because now you're going to get Binance and Coinbase and all the exchanges and all the grifters. When it's time for them to unlock, they're going to release the grand schemes, the big conferences. They're going to go on Crypto Banter Show. Shout out to Rand, friend of the channel. Wink, wink. You better follow me again, friends. I'm always going to hear more of this, okay? So they're going to go on their shows. They're probably going to sponsor Crypto Banter. So, hey, they're probably going to pay Rand, come to the Celestia conference. We'll give you $300,000. And Rand will be like, hey, you know, that's food for my employees and stuff to eat, okay? Now, obviously, I'm not telling you that anyone's in particular wrong. I'm just telling you that's how the game works, all right? And they don't like me because I'm telling you how the freaking game works. Okay, let's continue. And remember, just going to tell you, the whole aim is to buy low, sell high. Okay, but all their buying lows, there's no public open market. When I participate in things, I go, hey, this is the price I'm in. This is the chart. It's a public open market. You can participate into. I look for deep value contrarian stuff. I win, you win, we all win. I lose, you lose, we all get wrecked. That's it. All right, it's all together. I like this because I wanted someone to do this for me back at the start, but I was getting grifted on like with you, okay? I was getting grifted with you and scammed with you. So these raises, right, it goes down the food chain and there's more scum and more subhuman grifters where the raises get to the bottom of barrel conditions. So they basically put super high valuations. This is towards the tail end of the bull market. Now, friends, there are influencers out there. They're going to be watching this video, I hope one day, and they're going to squirm. They're going to be like, please don't tell them. Please don't tell them. Yeah, I'm going to tell them. I'm going to tell them. They don't want me to tell you this, okay? I'm telling you, because here's the thing. I'm not an insider. I know all these friends. Chat rooms, logs, backdoor, all these other weirdos, okay? All these other weirdos and all this stuff. This is what happens, okay? So the market cap raise, let's say the very, very end, it gets to a $500 million valuation. Why like $500 million? Yeah, it's usually the trash VC. So VC is the venture capitalist. 99.9% of them are scum. They're just people, they stand around water coolers. They look for the Christmas bonus. They sell on a 2x. All these grifters, scammers, they're the people that get interviewed on most of the mainstream YouTube channels. You know, the people who come out who have like these reports and who might sell a bit of like membership access. They have reports and they'll go talk about the lottest haters thing, and they talk about, oh, this guy with the Medium article, he's really good, and they don't tell you that them and their whole team, their fund, their hedge fund, their VC capital scum, they all got given the ICO prices, okay? So they don't tell you that part. Now, they just will dump on a 2x at the end anyway, right? They'll dump these people at the very, very end of it, okay? So there's different tiers. People believe, and at the very, very end, the final scum VCs, and these are the people the most aggressive to exit because they know, oh, sweet, there's going to be a big campaign soon, and we all get to dump on retail, okay? So look at this. Also, you can see Celestia. So look at Celestia. These guys, remember the first one was $1.5 million raise. Now these guys are at $55 million raise. You have Galaxies, which is the Soilana VCs. Shout out to Mike Novogratz, fan of the channel. You've been dumping on everyone. I know you have. Poly, Garbage Capital. This is Balaji telling everyone 1 million Bitcoin. Got that wrong. Bain Capital. This is funny. Blockchain, Capital. All these Jump Cryptos in here, which is the guys from the FTX, the back also. They got given the insiders ICO. You and I didn't. Okay, so let's continue. Now, at this point, they're all ready to hook up to market makers and exchanges. All right, that's after they've done all the raises. So they finally got all the money. And they go, sweet, okay, cool. Now we're ready to dump on retail. So what do? The Grifter Influencers, they were all given seed access along the way. So influencers you see, I'm not going to bother naming names, name them, okay? If they got more than 50,000 subs, they're part of it, all right? So they have to promise to talk about the project, just sometimes mentioning it to their audience and telling them, watch for it. Hey, this is cool tech. This is a new narrative that might happen, blah, 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 blah. They conveniently leave out the fact that they got given the ICO, all right? Now, how do you know this? Go find me a single freaking person on YouTube who is talking bad about these coins going up on the low float scam. Go find them. You won't find them, okay? Because they're either in with them or they're too scared of the community. You know why, friends? These other influencers, they're not going to tell you the truth like me because they know if they tell you the truth, they don't get invited in the club. What I'm doing, I'm literally getting rid of millions and millions and millions of dollars of ICO access by telling you what's going on. These people are subhuman filth. Okay, they are literally cockroach gut scum. They drink soy milk. They drown in soy all day. They bathe in soy. See, I am shooting myself in the foot, but I don't need them. You don't need them. Okay, we can win together. We don't need these people. You can actually win buy and holding in the depression. These people are trash. Let's continue. So they've got a promise to talk about them. Look, friends, look at these. WinterPoop. So WinterMute is one of the market makers. So this is what they do. So they have locked coins, and then they'll go to WinterMute, a market maker, and they'll sell them their locked coins, and then WinterMute will do these Kahoot background stuff so they can try to dump on retail here and there. And there's all these other ones. I'm just naming them because they're the easiest name to remember. And also funny, have this snowman pooping ice cubes as well. Winter poop, I call them. Okay, so don't think you're safe. Just because their coins are locked, you're not safe. They're selling locked tokens away. Now they're getting rid of them at a huge discount, just like what Ripple do, right? Ripple will sell their coins 30% below market cap. These guys, maybe same thing. Maybe Celestia's $17. You don't know. There could be someone selling their locked coins of Celestia, getting rid of it for like $5. And someone's like gonna bet that Celestia is gonna be above $5 for the next 6 months when they get the true unlock. Okay. Now, I'm not just targeting Celestia. There are many other coins. Every coin does this. It's just that this is the one that's in the spotlight today. There's going to be something else, okay? Just like you're all telling me Solana was going to flip Ethereum, okay, literally 21 days ago. What happened to that, okay? Now you don't care about it anymore, you see? Also, recently, you've seen that the Satoshi EVM, right, this coin out here, they gave $12 million to influencers, and we got betrayed by our friend Thor. Thor here, and Thor, even in his apology, right, you can't see here, he goes, apologies, guys. It was a dumb move all the way around, selling in large clips and linking to my doxed wallet so people could see. He basically says, sorry for getting caught. Okay, Thori, I don't know, man. Like if Thoriboo was in on it, friends, just to let you know, all right, I've got my video coming out for this. Please watch all these. Do you know how many influencers got given the Satoshi EVM coin? 250. 250 influencers. YouTube, Twitter, everywhere. And they all tweeted at the same time, this is the future of finance. And they all freaking dumped. 50% dumped within the first 180 minutes of launch. 50%, the first 3 hours. Maybe the others are just going to dump when they realize they got the coins because of the surprise launch. That's how hard it is for us, by the way. You and me. We got to watch these together. 250 scum. And then there's me. Literally on a hill, shining light, wearing fluffy slippers, carrying the flag of friendship, telling you, they're all scammers. They're all scammers. Seek refuge. Just me. That's why I don't blame you for thinking I'm an insider or I get paid or I get inside. I don't blame you, man. Look at the odds. In 250 cases, yes, they are trash scammers. Let's continue. Look, even beloved of Arbitrum, right? So this scamming and grifting, it even happened to Ethereum layer 2 darling Arbitrum, where the insiders are still up 950x today, right? So 99% of the coins are not Ethereum maxi backed. What I'm saying is Arbitrum, yes, you can see from the fully diluted, Arbitrum here, see it's only got like 20% of the coins out. No, 12%. And I made videos on it, Pantera Capital, all these others who dumped Luna at the top, telling everybody it was the buy of a lifetime. Literally true story, go look at it. Okay, I've reported on all of it. These people got given Arbitrum, and they're probably going to tell you Arbitrum's going to trillions of dollars of valuation. It's going to flip Ethereum and all these other trash, okay? So Ethereum layer 2 dumping. But Arbitrum have a lot of big holders, big Ethereum insiders, and it's won the network effect there. That's just Arbitrum. There's only one Arbitrum. It has like 45% of the Ethereum layer 2 share. The other coins don't have that. they're all the grifters, okay? Just like Ethereum ICO, okay, how do all the others go? Okay, there's one unicorn and everyone tries to follow after, and unfortunately not good results. See, when they finally have their channels to launch and dump their coins in a bull market, almost all the coins are locked up. So that will make everybody participate. So see friends, the game's getting harder. They know, retail, us, we are getting smarter. We don't buy on opens anymore. The retail, we still fall for the trap, but nowhere near the level they used to. And they know this. So what they've had to do is, instead of locking up for 3 months, and then 1 year, and then 1.5 years, now the average is 2 to 3 years lockup. It's because everyone's starting to see retail's learning. Retail knows not to go buy poker starter trash launches for the insiders to dump their Launchpad coins on you. They learned that these launches are just by insider grifters and you get wrecked. Okay, now of course there's some unicorns, but 5 do well, 95 don't. And they're all dumping on us, all scamming us. And this is called the low float scam, right? So they do a small token count floating so they can run up the price. This is PUI, okay? SUI PUI. Look at this. The market, look at this. Coin supply, 1.1 billion, but total 10 billion. They've only released 11% of the coins. It's a classic Wall Street strategy, friends. They did this in the tech bubble. They released a low amount of coins, shares, that can run up. The market maker hits it up with the market. It's retail playing around, and it just tries to get a fair value range. And then when it's finally time to strike, they start slowly unloading the tokens to get rid of it on retail. Now, because everyone has paper gains, the liquidity cannot support the exits immediately. Now, what do? They rely on a bull market, okay? They rely on a bull market and they rely on mainstream influencers, okay, to promote the bags and get retail to leave the bids so they can exit later on. And, don't ever forget that, right? They will always rely on these friends. They need the bull market, they need the mainstream influencers, and then they can get retail to leave bids. And then, of course, they can sell their tokens to people later on. And look at me, I can't find where I am, friends. A cork hat on the internet that you like and subscribe, press the belly button and all to. Literally, look at the date on this, by the way, friends. Look at the date down here. I was making this post, look, April in 2023. And by the way, this is me retweeting a retweet 1 year ago. So it was April 2022. This is the post down here. You can see it here, okay? You can see it here. I said 1 year ago, I warned everyone about Illuvium. The founders are untrustworthy. The scum raised money, hype it to retail as the bull market starts and then dump on them. Stop abusing my people. I can only warn so much. Be wiser for the next cycle. Here I am just to say to you, hey, that's the game. That's the game. Now, we know the game. There are two types of people who see this information, friends. There are the losers, 95% of people, and they go, I'm walking away, okay? And then there's the winners. We want to climb the mountain. We know what these people are going to do. So there's an opportunity here. You can buy low, sell high. Buy before the grifting, sell after the grifting. Okay, you're not doing any of the grifting. You're just participating in it. But we've got to look for the biggest gems, right? And when it comes time for the unlock, you will see them do a promotional tour. Around 2 to 4 weeks before the unlocks, they will go on mainstream YouTube channels, pay for interviews, and big announcements. Just to let you know, friends, I'm just telling you, okay, I'm not going to name any names, but everyone with a YouTube channel, when you see an interview, they charge. Everyone. They charge for it, okay? There's only certain popular influencers, if they have like big macro talking heads, they don't charge because they know it's a net benefit for them because they both bring in viewers. But whenever Polygon team goes on like someone's show or here and there, now I'm not just singing in Polygon, but I'm just telling you, the devs, the foundation pays for these. They pay 10, not just 10 grand, man. There's been 50K, 100K to big influencers, just to tell you, okay, like anybody who has over 300,000 views, subs, followers, 300,000 followers, yeah, they're charging anywhere from 30K to 50K. In a bull market, it's 100K for the interview. Just 60 minutes and upload, here you go. Just to say, oh, we were on this guy and then we showed him on this show, you know what I mean? And if you watch, you never watch the interviews, you're like, oh, this is boring. The guy like barely speak English. He's not like entertaining. And it's not for you and me. It's for like, they show it to the community and then they will use that interview and they'll go link it to like other exchanges and other promoters. And they go, see, look at this. We were on like this guy's channel or this girl's channel, right? It's all one big game, okay? The big game is to dump on retail, dump on the people coming in. But they don't do what you and I do. They don't buy low. Why? Because they're little bitches. Because they're too scared of the FUD. They're scared of the red candles. They would rather buy on the momentum on the way up. But now you can't retire doing that. So what do they have to do? They have to find other ways to grift, okay? All these people, friends, this is just, look at these two messages. So this is Lady of Crypto, and then you have Miles, okay? Now, I don't know them. I'm sure they're nice people. I'm sure you can have bread on butter with them and have some tea, okay? It's weird that you guys did this post within hours of each other. If you were lucky enough to get in the IDO, you are up 100x on Satoshi EVM. The IDO upon us. If you got into the Satoshi IDO, you're up 100x. So they're talking about SAVM, the Satoshi thing. Don't worry about this. It's probably going to be a trash grift, or it goes up. Who cares? It's just going to be next story another 30 days. Another 30 days, okay? It was Solana 21 days ago, and Bonk, and all these, and Dog with a Hat. What's it going to be next 30 days, okay? You see, the stories keep changing. But look at all these people, A, B, C, D, E, every single one of these. Satoshi EVM. This was Thor. He was dumping. This guy is definitely dumping. This guy looks like it's the game. That's the game. Okay? Now, it's okay. You can hate the players, and you can hate the game, and you can hate everything about it. But there's opportunity here. I'm still here, okay? You know the game. Good. You know the game. That's what's most important. So you now know not to get wrecked. Sometimes, friends, they'll even announce a conference, okay? So I called the near top in 2022 by noticing they paid for a conference, had Crypto Banter do a big event on the show, and then 2 weeks later, they got their tokens unlocked. All VCs dumped as they were 400x in profit. 400x. I'm just telling you, man. I'm not singling out Rand. I'm sure Rand's very lovely man, very fan of him. I'm just telling you, friends, the most popular channels are used as exit liquidity. Exit, not entry, exit. You see? How do I know? Look at this. Look, by the way, I'm not even going to tell you. I'm going to show you. In April of 2022, go and find this post. It's still up here. You can search it for NEAR. Look at me typing April 2022. Are you wondering why NEAR protocol and its trash shit coins have been appearing on your Twitter and YouTube for the past 8 weeks? It's because Scum VCs are up 400x, and it's time for their token unlocks to dump on the people. Don't fall for the trap. You are not early. And then here we have more. And this is April 2022. 2 years I've been consistent. And by the way, I've been consistent since before that. But how? How, friends? It's because I know most of you, friends, like attracts like. I attract honest people, okay? Straight postures. You drink your cold orange juice, 1, 3, or 5 ice cubes. You have very pointy elbows. That's who I attract. Other honest people like that, okay? We're fighters. We're warriors. These people, shit attracts shit. Poop attracts flies. That's what it is, okay? Let's continue. The liquidity, friends, funny enough, it's not even enough to support all of the Scum VCs and insiders who want to exit at the same time. You see all those levels of VCs? They're all scum. They all want to exit, but they can't, okay? So they will do bigger and bigger grifts to get retail in. Because remember, like in Hex, there's like a bank Hex. Yeah, as Johnny Chaos told everyone, there's a bank Hex in every single coin. It's just you can't see them. You can't see them. They're just addresses out there. You don't know the name. You don't know what they look like, and they're all there. There's no community. There's no cult. It's, oh, we have a new technology. It's going to change the world. Bullshit. No, you don't. Okay, you have dollar signs in your eyes because you're going to backstab everyone. Look, they even do this in grayscale Bitcoin, friends. This is how big the grift goes. Barry Shilbert, wow, what an amazing day. A decade in the making, and yet we're still getting started. Just to let you know, Grayscale went on TV lying to everyone, saying they have net inflows when all the data came out showing they were lying. They have net outflows. People who have been destroyed by GBTC by holding it for 3 years, they've all lost all their money because they're back to break even, but they've been paying 2% fees for like 4 years. So they're down 8%, but they don't care. They're out to break even. They don't care. They're out. They're out of that grift, and they don't want to hold it anymore. And now you get to see, surprise, surprise, the Bitcoin ETF from Roca Negra was a Trojan horse itself. Here is a card of me from Somi's Prophecies. Okay, I've got to get a suit like this. I think first I've got an outfit for this show one day. So now, right, there are always VCs and insiders. We know this. Now, the issue with the public ICOs is because when they do a capped raise, there's KYC, which attracts unwanted regulation and attention from the corrupt SEC. But here's the problem. If you do an unlimited raise, you can get wrecked like an Pulse and Pulse X sacrifice. But that's the risk we take. Everyone can participate, but unfortunately there's FOMO and volatility. It is, okay? And it's not really wrecked, but think about how dangerous it would be, because there's only one Pulse chain in Richard Heart. Think about all the other projects doing that. Like, you can't really rely on them, right? Only Ethereum's ICO was the unicorn winner. So what's the solution, right? Well, there is no solution. Okay, this is just the game. Okay, there's no like, oh, this is a solution. Something's gone. We've got to change the industries. The people who are writing about this and talking about it, they're thinking there's some strategy. No, bro, this is the game. This is literally the game. Everyone's trying to shoot each other with a water pistol. All right? Accept the game for what it is. So I told you. All right? Strong core altcoins. Accept the game for what it is. You buy in the depression. Accept it for what it is. You got to buy against red candles. You got to buy against the FUD. You got to buy when Eric Wall is doing 15-page essays saying Richard Hart's gone to jail. You got to buy when Dick Carter says that Richard Hart is never going to appear again. He's on the run from the corrupt SEC. You got to buy that. You got to buy when there's FUD about Chainlink and the whole team's going to dump all the coins again at $4.80 and there was a Wyckoff back. You got to buy then. You got to hold. If you want to win, not financial advice. You got to sit through that. So there's no free lunch, right? The cheap prices come with devastating stories, but the cheap prices are there. So what do you care more about? Cheap price or the devastating story? Because they come together, okay? And then the expensive price comes from a FOMO euphoria story. So if you remove the story, what are we left with? Low price, high price. That's it. What do you think? We just came out of a low price, right? So that's it. Your goal as a crypto investor is to find the long-term project, because it means today is cheap. So even a long-term project, if this thing's going to be around in 10 years, that means whatever we are today is cheap because the trend is up. Being a cult helps. Look at these bubbles from Hex, Inc., Pulse XPX, right? Being a cult helps. And if they're Ethereum friendly too. So I'm not telling you to go buy Pulse X or Chainlink or any of these. Go find anyone yourself. Do your own research, right? So if there's no solution, how do we play? Well, here are 3 things you can do, friends. These are actually 3 things how to actually win. 1, buy strong core coins and leverage play lottery tickets in depression. 90% of your coins, buy in the depression. Strong core altcoins. You're buying Chainlink under $10. You're buying Hex under 10 cents. Okay, just for example, buying Pulse Chain, Pulse X, any of the others. Okay, it's chaotic. Buy cycle 1 coins. Try to find cycle 1 coins of cycle 1 or cycle 2 narratives. See what happens, okay? Have some lottery tickets, throw in the leverage ecosystem. Maybe you want to participate in Pulse Chain ecosystem, maybe like ICOSA, leverage and Hex, maybe Atropa, PDI, Teddy Bear, Tangang, maybe there'll be leverage on Pulse Chain. Just give you examples, okay? Chainlink is leverage on Ethereum. So the second strategy you can have, and I do this as well, buy in IDO project process. So IDO is, unfortunately, comes with a cost. I'm in paid. If you want a guaranteed spot, you got to buy like 75,000 paid. How much is that now? Like 25K or so. I forgot how much that is. But you can see Launchpads, committed people put more money and time, and they try to get participation of the project. So that is open for you if you want to do that. I do that. If I can find public stuff, I can, but it's all about the cheap prices. So eventually the prices get too high, the valuations get too high. But that is there. That's there for you to do. You know, other things people do. So instead of lottery tickets like that or IDO projects, people will do things like try leverage trade, which 99% get wrecked. They'll try on-chain trade, and for what I'm seeing, they underperform buy and hodl. So you can do NFT flipping or any other stuff. So you can play around here and there, but buying strong core altcoins outperforms everything by far. No leverage, because you can't get wiped out. Now, the third thing you could do is know someone on the inside, networking. But just to let you know, how does networking work? Networking works by a group of insiders know someone with a lot of money, who has connections, who's got insider to groups, who know these influencers, and then the web spreads out, and you and I at the very end. So they're just one big giant butthole that's just pooping and diarrheaing all over to the very, very, very end of the sewer, and then we have to drink that sewer water. That's literally us. So that's how that networking works. There's a bunch of grifters and insiders who are grifting with each other to try land a bigger grifter, like a big influencer, who can try land the bigger one, who can finally make it to retail, to buy everyone's bags. That's how it comes, okay? That is not buying low, selling high. That is trying to find competitive information. It's chaotic. It's no one's really going to give you everything. These types of insider stuff. Like, friends, there are people famous on Twitter. I've heard a lot of stories, seen a lot of on-chain evidence. Like, they claim that they like hustled it, they grinded heaps, and they kind of did. But how they made all their money was one of them knew a dev of a project. I'm just giving one example of one person. One of them knew like a dev of a project, and he basically tipped him off. Yeah, they gave him like 10 or 20 grand, and then this guy would just tell them the contract addresses that they were going to launch different projects. And so what this guy did, he found another dude, and they coded a bot, and they were front running all these sales. They were paying, they knew the times that everything would launch. They knew the contract addresses and everything. And so when they would launch, they would go, they'd like put in money together, and they would buy in with like 100 ETH, and they would flip it for like 4x in like the first 30 minutes. And they'd just get out of their 400 ETH, put it in a kitty, and they just keep doing that. Okay, so you see these grifters and insiders and contracts, and they did this, a lot of these, to Launchpad projects. Okay, so I was wondering why a lot of these Launchpad projects, they will just gap up, and then I found out stories later on. Yeah, you got grifter insiders like this. Okay? On one hand, they're grifter insiders. On the other hand, they're scum, but also they're hustlers. Right? They knew the right people. They were able to do it. You know, they tipped the right people off. They bought them off. They bribed them, and we are where we are today. Okay, so if you have access to that, good luck. I know you're not going to share it with anyone else. It's like 1 to 5 people win, and then 5,000 people lose in that game. So, as you clearly got told, right, buying in depression is best. Why? It's because you get infinite liquidity almost, okay, because you can buy DC over a long time. You have the power of thin liquidity. You get the whole bull market. You can actually impact it with your voice and your change, trying to adopt more people in the community, and everyone else can join in with you, and it's organic. That's why it's the best. But it takes the most effort. You see, it takes the most effort, and it takes the most balls, because no one wants to do it. No one wants to do it. And you get to see, friends, look at the prices that Hex had to sit through. Look at the prices that Chainlink and everything else had to sit through. You see it firsthand. And we're going through this, right? IDO projects require the scattershot approach. So I'm in paid. I can't just say, oh, the first coin, that this is going to be the winner. I have to do like 30 and hope like 10 of them do above 10x, and the next 10 are break even, and bottom 10, maybe they do like minus 10%. You see what I mean? Like, that's how you can't really fall in love with any one thing. And we already went through this, right? Knowing someone on the inside, right? That's how a lot of people actually make it, and they'll never admit it. So it's funny, these people on the inside, they won't admit they're insiders. They just think they're people playing the game. But there are many people on YouTube, you probably watch them, nice guys, nice girls. They publicly admit they made all their money they got hooked up with a VC or a fund, and then they would write reports or make videos on their coins, right? And it's for the project, and then they just get given the coins, and they just dump it later on. And it's nonchalant about it. They just have a neutral face. They go, yeah, like, you know, I provided a service, and I got hired by this fund. No. You're a grifter. You don't get hired. You're a grifter. Okay. You got paid in tokens from an ICO. Your audience was not allowed to participate at the price you were. Your audience had to participate 35x higher when you were doing your bullshit market cap valuations, telling everyone this thing's got another 20x potential to go. Simultaneously, you were dumping on everyone in the first 5 months of 2021. Okay. I can name like 6 people, friends. 6, right? YouTube 6. This is off the top of my, like, at least 6. There's so many more. Okay, there's so many more. So that's the game. Okay, that's the game. Don't play their game. Don't be Exit Liquidity, even though many people are going to be. And we reached a conclusion, right? The most critical question of all: what if the depression zone is now finished behind us? So what do we actually do, friends? Well, you have to accept lower returns. That's it. You can't get your 30x. Right? You're buying a triple from the bottom. If you're lucky, you get 10. Maybe you're going to get 5. You can't do anything. That's it. And you don't deserve them. If, you know, obviously you, friends, we sat through hell. But then the new people coming in the next 6 months, they don't deserve 10x or 30x. They don't deserve it, because we sat through the FUD. We sat through the depression. We sat through the point where you want to vomit, you want to puke, family relationships break down, no one wants to talk to you, everyone thinks they got scammed. I'm getting messages every day saying, some of you got scammed, everything you do is a freaking scam, delete yourself. All these times of messages, I had to sit through that, but guess what? The prices were cheap. So I'll sit through that every day of the week. Give me cheap prices. That's what I want. And at the end of the day, right, comes down to that buy low, sell high. Okay, that's it. That's all it comes down to, friends. Buying low and selling high. But you can't make it without the buy low part, can you? So that's why I look for strong core altcoins and lottery tickets. 90% core, 10% lottery. That's the basic fundamental framework of everything I look for. All these other insider, grifter, influencer, scum friends, they're not here for a reason. They're just here for one season. Me and you got friendship forever. Make sure you like, subscribe, belly button, or still just a guy on the internet wearing a core cap. Catch you soon.